What the heck is the distinction between achievement and accomplishment? And why would anybody care? I care because I was having a conversation this last week, maybe a week before that, with my coach about core values versus internal drivers. And we were talking about the difference between fulfillment and accomplishment. She was saying that it was a person who was accomplished, and I thought that fit, but it felt more like fulfillment. And I promise I'll get to the point. The conversation was around fulfillment is the value that I feel when I'm accomplished. And over the course of the week, I started to get confused whether we had talked about the word achievement or the word accomplishment. And so that got me wondering, what's the difference between these two? And I got to tell you, it's not a massive difference, but there are some interesting nuanced differences using the resource that I use, which is the all-knowing dictionary.com. So I am going to read from the screen here a couple of these, starting with the first one. So dictionary.com defines achievement as something accomplished. The irony is rich. Especially by a superior ability, special effort, great courage, etc. And then it gives a little semicolon and says a great or heroic deed. So there appears to be some kind of topspin on achievement. We look at the first definition for accomplishment, and it's pretty straightforward. An act or instance of carrying into effect, semicolon, fulfillment. Aha. So one could argue that there's a kind of fulfillment both in achievement and in accomplishment. But the nuanced difference between these two is that when we're talking about that which is an achievement, it is not just task done, but it is task done at a noteworthy level, either because you put in some sort of extraordinary effort, or you came to the table with some kind of heroic or supernatural power. Maybe, I don't know. Do those even exist? Why might this be important to anyone other than me? I gotta be honest. I don't really know. I think as a coach, I'm thinking about this because the kind of conversations that a coach gets into with coachees will tend to center on the goings-on of life, especially when it relates to things related to one's work. Let's imagine I'm talking to a coachee who is citing some accomplishment within their work. I might have made a note in their telling of what has transpired that, well, it was a bit more than an accomplishment. It was a bit more than a checkbox off the list of to-do items. It was actually quite an accomplishment based on extenuating circumstances or their application of some sort of Herculean force. That can be valuable to a coachee, but as individuals, it can be important to us as we reflect on the accomplishments of our own lives to realize that they're not always simply accomplishments, something removed from the to-do list, but something that was actually quite an achievement for us. That can be a reinforcing and self-compassionate moment to recognize.